right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fox.
And ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest, PYLOT. Let's have a nice big round of applause for that. What's going on, my man?
How's it going, guys? How are you?
It's great. It's what, 11 p.m. in your neck of the woods?
It is. It's 11 p.m., but I don't usually go to bed till like 2 or 3, so I'm golden for the next couple hours.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in the UK are you?
I'm in Manchester, so it's a small city in the UK.
Oh, small, yeah. I've got family that lives up in the Midlands in Loughborough.
Yes.
Loughborough. Cool. That's a fun thing to say. I don't know why.
Well, you could pronounce it like a North American.
I like the intonation. Jules, you said you weren't going to vape during the show. You're vaping during the show, aren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yes. We are so professional. We are the State of Synth.
By the way, folks, we are live. If you can't tell. So if you're in the YouTube listening, say hello in the chats. If you're connected to nightride.fm and you're in the IRC chat, say hello, because we love to throw out shout-outs to anybody who says hello.
Yeah. We try to have these shows a little earlier because, not everybody can stay up till 3 in the morning. The normies. I was about to say the normals, and then I said normies, and I tried to combine them into one word that didn't make sense.
Let's kick off some hellos. We've got Dave 808 Turner all the way down from down under.
Yes, the Australians.
Also from that neck of the woods, our buddies Retro Hit Radio. He's in the chat,
very nice.
all the way from New Zealand, Kiwi land.
We are getting that part of the world on the show. Yeah.
Fooling Took is also in the IRC chat. We've also got Neilio. We're going to hear a track from him right after the interview. Who's I'm going to say this so many times. Who lives in Newcastle upon Tyne.
That's it. What? Newcastle upon Tyne.
That's not a real place.
I love saying that. It's so British.
That can't be a real place. Is that a place?
There's so many upons in England.
Nuh-uh. Really?
Yeah. Yes.
It's like opening up a storybook every time you say the name. That's great.
We've also got Dysterian all the way from, I believe, Poland, right?
Poland.
Yes.
Oh,
we've got another Aussie in the house, Hearts and Beta.
Hearts and Beta.
Welcome.
Very good. All the Aussies, New Zealanders.
You know what? Dysterian pointed out that PYLOT, you're from Manchester. Deadlife's from there, isn't he?
Yeah, we've met up before, yeah.
That's right.
There you go.
I was wondering about that because I know... I don't know. I'm horrible with geography, but like just driving on my way to Best Buy today, I'm like just thinking about all the people that I know from your area, and I'm like, who else do I know? And I'm like, Deadlife, and I'm like, no, they got to be in completely different areas. But no, that's wild.
Nah, Dennis, here in North America, the time it takes us to drive to a shopping mall. Over in England, you can be from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense. It's not like New York.
Yeah, he lives quite close as well.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Quick shout out to C. Thomas Howell.
Who
joined us. He's from Philly.
Is he from Philly?
Yeah, we're gonna play a track of his. He's got a new album out. So yeah, he's in the IRC chat.
You know what's funny? I am looking at our song lineup, and I almost feel like is this a Halloween episode or a Thanksgiving episode or a pre-Christmas episode? I don't even know. But we're having Nightmares in Neon. Yeah. We're having C. Thomas Howell. We're having Volker
I know, but then we got
X.
like Midnight Fury.
Yeah. That's true.
Quick shout out to Sag.
Sag.
All the way, he's in the YouTubes. He's from Maryland. So, in fact, we're going to be playing a track from Power Rob from Baltimore.
That's right.
Later on. So there you go. Hey.
Very good.
We're covering all the bases.
All right. So,
anyways,
yes.
We've got PYLOT in the house.
We do.
Sir, you've made so many singles. I didn't realize this was your debut album.
Yeah. I did a couple of EPs before. I mean, this is pretty much just it's an EP plus 2 songs.
Okay.
But I mean, there are albums that I like that have 8 tracks on, so I thought, do you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to call it an album.
Well, you know what?
Off the bucket list, it's done.
You know what? You're also guaranteed to fit it on a vinyl at good quality, too. With 8 tracks, no problem.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Now,
Speaking of which, I went and snagged the vinyl just today.
Oh,
I can't believe it
did
took
you?
me so long.
they're in
I
short supply.
should have pre-ordered it when it was out for pre-order because it's PYLOT, but you know, I had to
Yeah.
wait till a paycheck.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for grabbing a copy. Which one did you get?
I got the gold with black splatter on it.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
that,
yeah, the
seems,
limit-
that seems to be the one of choice.
I think there's only like 8 copies left, folks.
Yeah, that is going out like hotcakes. Now,
I'm gonna go put that in the chats because, folks, it's PYLOT. It's on vinyl.
yeah,
Like, come on.
it's NewRetroWave too, I believe, right?
Yeah.
We don't really know those guys, but I heard they're pretty good. I'm just kidding. But I know that you had bounced around with a couple different labels. It seems like a lot of really the notable artists are just moving to NewRetroWave because that seems to be where it's at. You know, I think you guys probably get a good deal, and they sell a crap ton of
Oh, Ten's got the
vinyls
reach.
and tons of like mini disc. Does your new album come on mini disc? Because usually you get the royal treatment with NRW.
Yeah. So the mini disc has sold out. The cassettes have sold out as well.
That's crazy. How can
Yeah,
mini discs sell
it's really
out?
cool.
That is
Congrats.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
It's
I think-
no big surprise.
Do you know what's funny though? The mini disc sold out first. I think it sold out like on the second day or something. And I honestly, I've not seen a mini disc in like 20 years.
Me neither.
So I was really surprised at this demand. But I guess like people like me, I love collecting shit. Like I love to hoard shit from like my favorite artists and stuff. So
Yeah.
I totally get it. Like, you know, if there was a band of mine that I really liked, I would for sure like buy stuff like that, even if I couldn't actually play
Oh,
it,
yeah.
just to own it. You know what I mean?
You know what? Like it's synthwave. I can't believe nobody's done 8-track yet.
I know. Well, that's
We gotta
like,
talk to 10 and be like, hey 10, you really want to stick out from everyone else?
you got to get to progressive
eight.
wave, like all the prog rock. I think prog rock would be like perfect for, you know, like that late 70s Boston guitar rock and roll kind of sound. I feel like, you know, you want to put that on an 8-track, and you just don't have any players. That's the problem. Like, where can you
Get
find
this,
an 8-track?
Dave 808 Turner down under. He went and snagged one of your vinyls, and he just said he's got a mini disc player.
Oh,
Yes,
nice. That's awesome.
He's too late for the mini disc though.
Yeah, they sold out. I mean, you know, it's just funny with NewRetroWave. They have to put multiple different variants of vinyl. Usually, I'd say maybe 2 variants at least. Sometimes 3. You get like the regular plain Jane, I guess the black heavy vinyl, and then you get the nice speckled one that everyone loves to go for.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Like,
So,
Yeah,
are you a collector?
A two-tone this, and then
I know Jules is a collector, although he may or may not have a turntable at this point.
I do. I finally bought one last year. Hey, so I've been buying vinyls for like 3 years, but didn't get a record player till last year.
Yeah, but PYLOT, do
by
you
the way-
collect vinyl? Did you say?
Yeah, I do collect vinyl. I'm not buying it like religiously. I went through a phase where I would just buy vinyls if they look cool, even if I hated the fucking music. Which,
Well, that's the thing about vinyl. It's nice, big. It's the graphics. It's like it's not so much about the music on the vinyl, because heck, first of all, when it comes to quality, I'll just listen to goddamn MP3s. But it's the artwork.
yeah, I think as well with vinyl, it's especially with the way things are going. Like all media is pretty much consumed digitally now.
Right.
It's just nice to own something physical. I don't care if it's a vinyl or if it's a CD, or whatever. But just having something that I physically own that is mine. I've always liked that, like the tangible thing of just like, you know, sticking a record on the plinth and just dropping the needle on it and just listening. And you know, it's easy to open Spotify and just stream whatever you want whenever you want.
Right.
And I feel like the novelty of being able to listen to your favorite music has, I guess the novelty is not really there anymore, because you pay £12 a month, you can listen to anything you want online. Whereas I'd rather at least like support the bands that I enjoy and like make it an active choice to sit down in front of like my little sound system and just actually really like listen to the music
Right.
instead of just playing it in the background whilst doing emails or something. You know what I mean? On my computer.
Exactly.
But you gotta admit, so I mean, I try to do both, right? Artists I want to support, I will buy their merch, whether it's we'll get to your t-shirts, by the way, because I realize I've got 200 and some odd synthwave t-shirts, and I don't have a PYLOT t-shirt. But anyways, vinyl and cassettes and CDs, I'll buy them, but I just wind up throwing them on the shelf because I can listen to the tunes on MP3, like on Spotify. I just buy the vinyl. I hate listening to 4 songs on the couch and then having to get up and flip the goddamn vinyl. Come on.
Yeah, see, I'm the complete opposite. I love the whole. I like the whole ritualistic, like tangible. It's like you get those people like on Instagram and stuff that are just obsessed with coffee and like they go through this whole like 9-step ritual just to make an espresso.
I'm gonna grind.
I'm like that, but with my like record players. Like I'm quite happy to lift the lid up, take the needle off, get the vinyl, flip it over, drop the needle back down, put the lid on, sit
Dust
down.
it off a little bit. You know, all that good stuff. That's the fun part. And you find a favorite side, you know?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, I listen to Spotify often, especially in my car, but, you know, there are days where I just feel like putting a vinyl on and I'll just do that.
I gotta agree, though. The nice thing about streaming is it follows you around. Whether you're in the subway, in the car, you know, you can get at your music on Spotify or whatever you use. Deezer. But yeah, I know it follows you around. Whereas at home, you do have the luxury of popping out some physicals. Yeah, that sounded funny. But anyways,
I gotta pop some physicals. Hold on, give me 1 moment and done. Yes.
You know what?
Popping physicals.
We need to. Okay, first of all,
we need to do stuff.
You've done singles in the past.
Talk about singles, yes.
EPs, yes. But your debut album,
I want to talk about this album.
On NewRetroWave.
Oh my God.
We need to play a track.
We need to
right off.
Definitely
the bat,
play a track.
All right, so Mr. PYLOT, you want to talk? So the first track we're going to play is "Lines of Code" featuring Tim Hutch. I know you did a collab with McRocklin before, so now you're getting the other half.
Yeah,
that's amazing. This is Tim on vocals.
How did this collab come about?
Well, I mean, I got to know Thomas McRocklin. I got to know McRocklin a couple of years back, and I learned about his music and I got into it, and I discovered that not only is McRocklin an absolute beast on the guitar, but like his bandmate is also an absolute monster on there as well. Yeah, and I just got talking to him. I got talking to Tim, and he's such a lovely guy.
Yeah,
it was super easy to work with him, and I thought, do you know what, it would be really good to like get this guy featured on the track because, you know, as good as they both are on guitar, they also have their own style, and I actually really like his style of playing as well. So it was nice to get him on there.
Yeah, I remember during COVID, the two of them were doing Twitch streams.
Oh my God!
They were amazing because they were doing live streams.
I don't know how they did it.
Special software that synced them up.
I have no idea.
So they were in
how
two different
they did
locations, and they could play along to a live track.
They green screened each other on like completely from across town into like a virtual environment. I'm still blown away by how they did it.
Completely synced up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, McRocklin is like a tech wizard when it comes to the streams.
That explains it.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
By the way, if you like your synthy guitars, I mean McRocklin and Hutch, they've got that, you know, that retro guitars. They are synthwave.
I mean,
right?
yeah,
like they're shred wave
for sure.
But if you like those guys, check out Wolf and Raven.
Yeah,
they're located in the U.S., but they are the similar artists, 2 guys, and they do shred wave.
Yeah,
and they're amazing.
Good stuff.
Wolf
All right,
Wolf and Raven. Yeah, they've been around for a few years.
Okay. Jules, let's play this track, man. I can't wait to dig into this album. I'm so stoked. This album is just phenomenal. I love it. Let's dig into it. Jules, you want to go ahead and set it up?
Hells yeah. All right, from the album AXIOM, released on the NewRetroWave label last Friday, it dropped. This is Lines of Code by PYLOT featuring Tim Hutch right here on Night Ride FM.
A product of design with wires and circuits. No veins entwined, so why am I hurting? Are my emotions lines of code running in sequence? No one knows. If I'm a machine, then tell me why am I hurting? I've lived my days as though I were human, but now the truth does come and it's brutal. My mind's a mess with a painful intrusion, as my heart aches with a burning confusion. As my heart aches with a burning confusion. Are my emotions lines of code running in sequence? No one knows. If I'm a machine, then tell me why am I hurting? If I'm a machine, then tell me why am I hurting?
And that was Lines of Code by PYLOT featuring Tim Hutch. I love it.
Oh, the shred.
Yeah, this album, I feel like it's all about the shred. And one of the things I wanted to talk about too is you've got so much more vocals on this track than some of your other releases. I know Shadow Task, I don't know, you had a little bit of vocoder, but I don't remember having that much like just straight vocals. I think that the vocals you did, you worked on your own doing vocals. But what is it like? What is it like writing music that you know you're going to be having vocals on top versus when you're just planning on having it be completely instrumental? Like, what's the actual process that you go through working with the artist, or is it different? Is it kind of like the same?
So if I'm just writing instrumental music, I don't really think I kind of let the song write itself in terms of structure. So if I've got a song with vocals, I try and make sure that there's a structure that suits a vocal performance. So it's more your typical intro, A section, B section, then A section, B section, mid A, and then the outro or something.
Yeah.
And a lot of my songs with vocals do tend to follow that same pattern. So I'm pretty sure if you listen to like Time Bomb and like Lines of Code, I think they actually have the same structure. Whereas my instrumental stuff, that's kind of like a form of escapism for me, so I can just get lost in just making I guess like a, I don't know, like a musical journey, without having to think about context really, or lyrical context at least, and I don't have to worry about arranging the music in such a way that there's enough space for a vocal to sit in the mix and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because they're different styles. I mean, you're gonna have your vocal tracks, and you have to mix it just right too, because you can't have like screaming guitars coming in when, you know, Tyler's doing this thing and all that. But I dig that. I dig the new album, and I love all your efforts. I love all the stuff you put out. My former favorite was Shadow Task. That was the one. Was that with Alice? I'm trying to remember.
That was so the Salai EP had Alice on it.
Salai EP. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that one. That's probably my favorite intro to any song ever. Like, I think we discussed probably that like numerous times, and every time we do this show, I think I bring it up. The beginning to Alice is just amazing, and I think that kind of is a good example of how when you're doing non-vocal music, I think you can allow yourself and your brain to just stretch and create these non-traditional openings and intros and different pieces of stuff that can go in any direction. I think it's just amazing.
If I remember, Alice was, that whole song went all over the map in terms of styles. It was amazing. Yeah, one of my favorites too.
Thank you. I remember writing that track just thinking, I went through a phase of listening to a lot of just like 80s pop, like 80s rock. I was listening to a lot of Journey at the time and Toto and stuff like that.
That explains
but I always loved that style, and I wanted an excuse just to write something like that. So that was fun. And that song, I kind of felt like that song wrote itself, which is like extremely rare for me, because anyone that like knows me or like watches my streams or whatever, like I probably bin like 80% of what I write. I just think it's shit, and like I just get rid of it. So that's why it takes me so long to release music, because I'm so I procrastinate a lot. But that song was like a miracle, because I think I wrote that in like a week, and I finished it in like a week, which is just unheard of for me.
Wow, a week.
Yeah.
That's so you're basically saying that some of the other ones can take up to, what is the longest time you've took writing a song that actually made it into an EP or an album?
So on the Salai EP, there's a song called Lost.
Yes,
and I started writing that in 2014, and it was released in 2018.
Wow.
Or 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. So, but I wasn't working on it continuously, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of started writing it, and I thought, this is shit. I'm just gonna like leave this on the shelf. And then maybe a year later, I revisited it, and I kept doing that over the course of 4 years, and eventually, I just finished it.
Nice. It finally came to you. I guess that's what it is. Like when you're actively trying to put these song structures together, like, you know, it's sometimes just not coming to you. You're just like, all right, I'm just gonna pack it up and go have a beer, go have a pint with the boys, you know. And when that
by the way,
happen.
I'm pasting your Twitch channel.
Oh, nice. Okay, thank you.
Chats.
Very good.
Great. I'm trying to keep up with the chat.
Is it hopping?
No worries.
I have it across the room. I never moved back over my screen because I'm lazy, but it is behind me, and I'm sure lots of people came to see you because you're PYLOT.
Oh, it's PYLOT.
You're pretty legendary.
By the way, I get a quick shout out to another Aussie, Craig Packman.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
G'day, Struth. And Mild Sevens in the chat, as well as Dragonweed.
I wish we could do shows that are more UK friendly. I really do. Day jobs suck, man.
It is what it is. I mean, they're recorded, aren't they? So I guess that at least you guys have that. Like,
yes, they are.
Yeah, we could do the recording ones, right? But yeah, we are live right now.
Yeah, very much live.
That's why we've got you up at, well, yeah, past your bedtime.
This is early days for me. Don't worry about it.
So you go into the AM, like, is that your prime time writing time in the evening when you can sort of like let loose and relax?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't know what it is really, but I think it's like the world has kind of shut itself down, and I feel like anything that I should have got done in the day, it's pretty much too late for me to do it now. So just I can focus a bit and just relax without thinking about all the other shit I might have to do that day or whatever.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Mm.
Well, very good. Now,
So, wait.
yes.
I got to ask my question because I can't remember.
Are you going to ask him what doll he uses? Oh my god.
We had you back in 2021, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your favorite doll?
Oh my
choice?
god, he asked it again.
Right,
Unless
I'm
you're
gonna
the same
go,
one.
guys. It's been fun, but I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for the chat. I used to use.
God.
I used to use Logic Pro, and the whole Apple ecosystem. Basically, my iMac broke like in 2013, and I couldn't afford to get it fixed or buy a new one, so I just built a PC, and I bought this software called Bitwig, which at the time was like in its beta phase.
Bitwig.
And it's made by a load of the ex-devs from Ableton. But honestly, like, I don't think any piece of hardware in my studio, or like a plugin, you know, my synths, plugins, any instruments have influenced the way I write more than that DAW.
Okay.
Simply because it's almost like a sandbox environment for music. So I pretty much feel like whatever idea I have, there will be a way to make that happen.
Usually there is, right? You just figure out your tool or find the right VSTs, or hey, if you're like Brother Tiger, just have a room full of synths.
The old room full of synths. Well, very good.
I asked it. There we go.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Danny Weapons and Demi K all the way from Greece.
Demi K, he's another
Greek
gentleman who doesn't
Greek
sleep.
Guitar god.
It's like 5 a.m. in Greece, I think.
How's it going, Dimmy? Dimmy, you guys probably not ready, but Dimmy helped write and record the solo on my song, The Return.
He did. He did. He is a beast.
Yeah.
He really
Timmy's
is.
a great guy.
The
And
guy
he's also
collabs.
a good guitarist.
Oh yeah, he collabs with more people than there are grains of rice in the world.
Indeed. Speaking of collabs, I don't even know how did you even pull this one off. I don't know how many people Tylor Lyle collabs with. I mean, if I could count them on one hand, I think it would be like I would maybe be one finger I would hold up. That didn't come out right at all, did it? Not the middle one. It'd be the
Pinky.
The pinky, yes. I think the pinky.
Tylor's great though.
He is amazing, and we're gonna play this album. Do we want to talk about the song before we play it or after?
How did you get Tylor?
How did you do it?
Bribery. So I Tylor followed me on Twitter, and we were just this is like 2017, I think, like we first spoke, and we didn't speak for a few years after that, but I always kept up with the band. Like I love the Midnight, they're great.
Who
I mean,
doesn't?
Who can't?
But
you can't deny it.
and they've definitely influenced some of my music. Like I got a track called Faded Light, which is just like take all the ingredients that make that band and just put them into a melting pot, and then I just tried. It was basically an homage to them. But anyway, we got talking, me and Tylor, and I ended up meeting up with them after a gig they did in Manchester here.
Yeah.
We were just chilling. We were talking because I was sending Tylor some ideas and stuff, and we decided to collab on this. And after we met up, we just kind of got the song done. Then once it got back from, I think it was they just finished touring, and they had like a little window, and Tylor just recorded these vocals in the space of like a couple of days and sent them over.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's a beast with writing. Did
So
he write the
one
top
thing-
line?
Yes. Oh yeah. Like that is his realm, and I was like, I just wanted to give him full control. I didn't want to intervene with that at all. So I just said, look, here's the instrumental. This is the structure I've got. Whatever you send over, just bear in mind, I'm probably going to change the structure a bit and whatever. I left him to it. I just gave him a bit of context for the song. So I told him obviously about the narrative behind PYLOT and the context the song needs to be in, and yeah, he did such a good job.
So one thing I love about the song, it starts kind of slow and dreamy, and you got Tylor's dreamy vocals, and then he starts belting it. Just when he drops it, like when he starts wailing in this track,
I love it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it caught. Honestly, I remember I'd sent him the instrumental, and I spent the next couple of days just like really excited to hear what he was going to send back. And I remember I tried to play. I was on the way to the gym, and I tried to play the song in my car, but it wouldn't load. And as soon as I walked through like the doors to the gym, the song started playing, and I got so excited I just left and went home straight away so I could download them. I like beeped my like little card to get in, and then I just turned around
like,
straight away.
Screw this! I'm gonna go home and listen.
I got better things to do. Oh yeah. Okay.
It was great. Yeah, it was a really fun experience.
That is amazing.
Shall we play it, Dennis?
I think we should play this because
Shall we drop this time bomb on people?
Oh my god, you did that.
I did.
You totally went there. Yeah, I think we should definitely play this, and yeah, let's talk about more of the album after this. But yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks from the album, and this is Time Bomb with PYLOT featuring Tylor, Lyle here.
Let's call it Tylor.
There it is. Tylor right here on Night Ride FM.
It wasn't love, they were not young. It was just the need to see the light of other suns. Soon he would lose all he had won. But she was running from her demons. He was running just to run. Time bomb ticking in your dark. Caught you down on the second, but you know you're gonna blow apart. You love what it's doing. You're in love with the ghost, but it all catches up when you get too close. Time bomb, test it to the floor. Can you outrun the devil if he's waiting at your door? And you're in love with the feeling, you're in love with the flame, but it's not the sort of fire that you get to tame. It wasn't love, there were no names. They understood what could unravel somewhere up the way. But she was old, and he would pay. But she was running from her demons. He was just a sinking ship, nothing to lose. She was on a suicide mission, and he thought it was a pleasure cruise. Twin shadowed hearts, cursed to run. She was running for a soul. He was running just to run. Time bomb ticking in your dark. Caught you down on the second, but you know you're gonna blow apart. You love what it's doing. You're in love with the ghost, but it all catches up when you get too close. Time bomb, test it to the floor. Can you outrun the devil if he's waiting at your door? And you're in love with the feeling, you're in love with the flame, but it's not the sort of fire that you get to tame. Time bomb. ship, nothing to lose. She was on a suicide mission. He thought it was a pleasure cruise. Twin shadowed hearts, cursed to run. She was running for a soul. He was running just to run.
There it is. PYLOT featuring Tylor, or what did you call it again, Jules?
PYLOT, Time Bomb. But okay, well, am I the only one who I heard a little bit of like Michael Jackson Thriller?
Oh my God! I
Towards
was
the end of that
hoping you were going to
track.
mention that. Yes.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
That is, I feel like that's an obvious reference as well.
All right.
I've done it. To be honest, like MJ is such a massive part of my childhood, and I listen to his
Same.
music all the time today. How could I not? Like those three chords over like just that vamping bass line, like they're just my go-to. But I think it's because I've listened to Thriller probably a million times. So
that explains it. There's a little hint in there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I think that's why maybe it's one of the reasons why I groove to your stuff too, because I think a lot of your albums do have that influence. And I think we've discussed it before. You're very talented as far as the drumming and stuff. We talked about the drumming a long time ago. I know you, at least for the earlier things, you did a lot of finger drumming and stuff like that. Is that still the way that you produce the drums? Kind of like that. It's kind of like a pseudo, like some people just kind of paint it on, but you kind of almost do it in real, and it gives it more of an organic feel. That's the way I look at it. I think it's nice.
Yeah, I think like my kind of career, I started out as just a drummer. That's all I was. I was just a drummer. I didn't know how to produce anything. But that background of drumming for so many years, I think put me in good stead with writing my own music, because I think it's one thing being able to like anyone can program a beat, but it's knowing what beat would work with the song. Having a knowledge of I guess different drum playing styles and what you think is going to serve the song. So oftentimes I'll play it on my keyboard, like I'll finger drum it, but then there'll be times where I'm making like complex, like tiny like edits and stuff, and at that point I'll need to like really dive in and edit what it is I've recorded.
Is it because you don't want certain percussion or certain hits to clash with certain notes? Like when you've got a melody going above it, you might have had like a drum pattern below it. Do you adjust your drum patterns to accommodate for whatever melody you're gonna slap on top? I mean, I know there's side chaining and all that nonsense, but I mean, actually removing a beat out.
Yeah. So I mean, I do that a lot in my music, but I tend to use that particular like compositional technique as more of like an obvious choice, because I try and use those kind of things, I guess, more like ear candy. So I might have a beat that's, I might have a full section that's going for maybe 16 bars, but then maybe in the last half a bar of those 16, I'll maybe drop like the kick drum out, or I'll do something else. But yeah, you're right. Like
I'm taking notes.
Jules is writing down.
But I mean, especially when you're arranging music that is quite multi-layered like mine, and there's a lot of shit going on, it's like you have to try and like create space in your songs in the mix with the production. And oftentimes it's a compositional thing, not really a mix thing. Oftentimes you just need to be delicate with how you're writing your parts, so that even if they sound a bit sparse on their own, within the context of the full arrangement, it sounds full. Like if you listen to like the Midnight's latest album, it's fucking fantastic, but like the songs are actually quite simple in like their layers. It's just written in a way whereby everything has its place and it serves the song. There's no over embellishment or anything like that. There's no like, there's no stupid fills just for the sake of it. There's no ridiculous whatever.
I was thinking the same thing, because I've been listening to Gunship's new album for like weeks on end on repeat. And Gunship is busy music, but when you listen to it, there's space for everything. They've got guitars, they've got so many layers of synths. And then you throw in some Tim Capello sax and whatever guest vocals or their own vocals. You listen to it, and it should be busy, but it's not.
Yeah, they give it some breathing room. I think they give some of the
that takes
parts and the melodies.
talent.
Yeah, and you put it all together, and you have this amazing new album that, I mean, you know, congrats. It's definitely a banger. AXIOM. Now, this is what I wanted to talk. We have one more track we're going to play from the album, but I want to just talk about the album overall in itself. Now, AXIOM, I know that the PYLOT story was very much laid out in like your EP, and I think Shadow Task kind of went along with the mythos of the PYLOT, which is essentially motorcycle cyberpunk kind of. I don't know the full story, but it's very visual. The artwork is phenomenal, and it does seem like you carried over the helmet, the bike, motorcyclist. What's a cool way to say biker
Yeah, biker.
Yeah, biker.
Oh, you know, actually, I put something down in our notes. Do you have a motorcycle for reals?
No, I wish I did.
All right.
I
I'm
obviously
trying to buy one.
I own the leathers and the helmet and the gloves, and I own all that, but I don't have a bike.
So
Yeah,
can I ask
it's
you,
safer.
if you could buy if you had the money right now, you could pay for parking or whatever, and the insurance. If you could buy a motorcycle right now, what would you buy?
Probably a Panigale V4. That's what the PYLOT bike is based on. But it's just a modified version of the Ducati Panigale V4.
So you know your bikes.
No, I honestly don't. This is I know Kawasaki Ninja and this.
Okay, you know what? Look up the MV Agusta Brutale.
Ooh, that just
800
sounds sexy.
cc. It's a monster bike, like the Ducati Monster. So it's a sport bike without the fairing.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
But it's gorgeous. It's got like, depending on the year, it's got like the 3 pipes on one side, and it looks like it'll chew you up.
Oh my goodness.
it looks great. You know that I love the Arch. The Arch motorcycles.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
think they're beautiful.
Is
I
that the
think
one with
they're-
the big handlebars, like the Harleys, or the Arch?
This is a company that was.
Oh, it's a company. Okay.
It's a company that was created by Keanu Reeves and someone else. But one of their bikes features in like the Cyberpunk game. It's like the main bike that you get.
Oh yeah.
But they're beautiful. Like, again, I know nothing about bikes whatsoever, which is probably quite ironic. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just look at them and I go, yeah, they're beautiful.
Like that'd be fun. I can get really hurt. That's what I think. I like look at a bike and I'm like, I could get really hurt if I got into an
Okay, there are
accident.
2 kinds of people who ride, especially fast bikes. There are the idiots whose moms help pay for it, and they will drive like 200 kilometers an hour and kill themselves. And then there's people like me who can't afford it, so you get a bike and you're going to drive like 40 kilometers an hour because one drop is $2,000 damage you can't afford. And unfortunately, socialized medicine covers bones but not fairing.
Oh my
Yes.
god. Do you have a bike, Jules?
I used to. I rode like 4 of them, and then
Wow.
one day, my last bike, I went in head-on collision with a car at an intersection.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
So I did the Superman over the bike and the car, and kind of landed on my head, but I had a helmet. So
God.
I believe it or not, I was okay. But here's the thing: they say when you're riding a bike, when you're getting in an accident, you're supposed to push down on both feet because that's the clutch and the brake. You're supposed to pull in both hands because that's the clutch release or
Where's
whatever.
the praying
and
part
the brake,
come in?
right? So you're supposed to slam down everything. But what I did is I panicked as I saw the front bumper about to hit. I lifted my feet off the pegs, so you can't launch yourself off the bike. So if you imagine a bike hitting the front bumper of a car, it stops immediately, right? So let's say you're going 40, 50 kilometers an hour. Your crotch, which is right next to the fuel tank, goes 40, 50 kilometers an hour into the fuel tank before you flip over. So for like a good 15 minutes, I couldn't get up. I was rolling around. I'd been squared so hard.
Oh my god.
I was fine. I don't know if I can have kids to this day. Who knows? But I'll tell you, I was lucky though. I mean,
yeah. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it.
they're so much fun though.
My friend
It's
got
so freedom.
he got a motor scooter, actually. He had a couple friends saved up, bought him a motor scooter, and he drives that thing everywhere. He drives it all the way up to New York and back, but he'll drive on Sunday. That's the key, I think. That's the key to not getting into an accident. You have to do it like on an off day, because can you imagine, like for us, it's like we have a holiday tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving. Do you guys? You don't celebrate Thanksgiving, do you?
No.
Jules, you celebrate something because you do.
We celebrate. Canada celebrates Thanksgiving a month before you guys.
In a weird time.
We decimated the natives one month before you guys.
We did too. Yeah. Apologies to all the Native Americans.
Yes, our apologies.
We came. Here
it's
we
not
are.
Something they celebrate.
Yeah,
it's
no,
something
it's
we
definitely
do.
not. But yes, so motorcycles, cool. Accidents, not cool. But I do want to talk about the album and the mythos. Did you carry over the mythos into this new album? Because obviously the aesthetics are there. I know you really went all. I don't even know how you did it, but you went out completely with like the EP, and I think even with Soleil, you did a Shadow Task as well. You leaned into the whole mythos with the art and the story and everything like that. Is there a place that you can experience the story? Is it just too much to dig into for? Because that was a lot of story. I think for like the EP, how much did you write for the EP? It was like pages and pages and pages of stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's probably about, I don't know, maybe, I mean, it's not that much really. If I had to do a word count, maybe like 20,000 words or something.
My essays were like 500 words, and that was like
but that's over the breadth of my entire career, so
okay,
that's like almost 10 years. So yeah, I've been, the whole point of the project really is it's narrative based, so with everything I release, unless it's not a pilot track. Like I did a collaboration with an artist called Fool lately for his album.
Oh yeah,
that's right. I almost
F.O.O.L.
And that was killer. That was a killer track.
But like in those situations, it's not a pilot release. It's his, and I've featured on it, so I wouldn't write a story for that. But yeah, this album, all of my work in the past, there's a full story that you can check out. What's
the best place
website.
to go? It's on the website.
I've posted a link.
Nice.
So if you go there and you just click the story tab at the top, you'll see all the songs and the EPs listed. You just click on one and you'll get like full high-res artwork, and you can read the story and stuff.
That's what it's all about. I really got into the world building that you put together, and just it's gritty. It's like a graphic novel. Did you work with an artist? I know you did for your previous efforts, and I know obviously you have your album cover and all that. I haven't been to the website in a minute, but it's just banging. There's just tons of like beautiful artwork, and the rain and the bike, and the fighting scenes. Like it's just crazy.
Thank you.
Do you still work with the same artist for that?
Yeah, it's been the same dude ever since my first release. But before I was releasing music as PYLOT, I used to release music as a duo called Televisor. So it's me and one other dude. It was like disco house kind of stuff, and he worked with us on our EP cover. And when I started my PYLOT stuff, I got in touch and I was like, yeah, we should keep on working together. And he's visually everything you see. Pretty much visually, apart from like press pictures, he's done.
Wow! And this is Yakoview art.
Yeah. So it's Yakov art or
Yakov.
Yeah, his name is Mike Yakovlev. So I believe that he goes under Yakov art on most of his socials and stuff.
I'm gonna guess he's Russian or Ukrainian.
Yes. I mean he grew up in America and has lived there his whole life, I believe. Okay. But yeah, his family are
Yakovlev. Yeah, okay, for sure.
Well, amazing. Speaking of collabs.
Wait. Yeah, collabs. Let's talk about all the collabs you've done. Actually, no, let's not let go all of them. But on this
every
album,
single collab, let's name them. Right.
You got a pretty good list of collabs. You've got Ezra Heil on the first track. You've got Polarity and Sleepless Nights on the third track. Obviously, we played Tim Hutch tonight and I'm not gonna say Tyler,
Lyle.
Right. Our next track is gonna feature Tokyo Rose. You've done collabs with him before.
Another new retro wave artist.
Let me talk about this track you did with Tokyo Rose and Essinger way back, Out of Luck. As a DJ, let me tell you, does that ever hit people in the face? Like, that slaps their ass hard.
That's it.
And it's all about slapping asses
Out of
around
Luck.
here.
You bring that out when people aren't expecting it. And, you got Essinger's crazy vocoding. And, yeah, just amazing track. So, the next song we're going to play is your other collab on this album with Tokyo Rose.
Yeah.
I guess you're no stranger to Tokyo Rose. You guys have collabed before, so it wasn't that hard to get him on this album, right?
No, it was a piece of cake.
Good guy.
Like Dennis said, he's also a new retrowave artist.
Yeah.
So, easy peasy.
Another guy with the mask on.
Yeah.
You guys are all anoms. Although you do your
fool,
streams,
fool as well, right?
You like your masks and your helmets, and although you do your live streams, so obviously you take off the mask every now and then to do your awesome Twitch streams and stuff.
It's not actually I'm wearing someone else's face. It's not actually my face.
I see.
So,
I knew it.
That's the perfect answer for that.
Yeah. So no one actually knows what I look like, but I'm just wearing the face of another man.
Right.
Zip down someone
what you
else's
see on
face.
Twitch, that's not him.
That's amazing.
That's AI.
I love it.
AI art.
That's perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and play this. Terminal 001. Now, I know you can go to the website, but what does Terminal 001, what is exactly going on in that particular scene? Because, each song is kind of like a scene, right? Can you divulge a little info?
Yeah, so NewRetroWave released a visualizer for this particular song as well. So if you want a bit of context on top of what I'm about to tell you, then you can always go watch that as well. But it's essentially it's the name of a computer that the character PYLOT finds in like an abandoned building, and the computer is running software, and the computer's ID is Terminal 001, which is significant in the story, but people don't know why yet, and I won't spoil it.
All
there
right.
we are.
There it is. It's a little little taste.
I'm popping the link to the YouTube visualizer in the chat.
Yeah,
because that's what I do.
That's what he does. Well, very good.
Right.
We're going to go ahead give this a spin. Once again, this is Terminal 001 by PYLOT featuring Tokyo Rose right here on Night Ride FM. And that was Terminal 001 by PYLOT featuring Tokyo Rose.
Oh, that drop halfway through the song.
Yeah, I love it. I think your drums are, my favorite, really, because, again, we talked about it before, the organic sounding. Great stuff.
You know what?
Fantastic job.
I gotta ask, because you produce mainly instrumentals, so does Mr. Rose. How do you guys get together on a track like that?
Yeah.
The process for that particular song, I asked him if he wanted to be on the album. He obliged. I sent him probably like a 16-bar idea, maybe. And then we just swapped the idea back and forth. He builds on it, I build on it. He changes stuff, I change stuff. Until
16,
eventually,
I do 16.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I wish it was as easy as that, but I mean, you kind of loop back around and you revisit things and whatever, but eventually you get to a point where the song is hashed out, and then it's just a case then he did his job, I fine-tuned it and mixed it and just finished producing it and stuff and mastered it, and it was done.
And that's it. It
Nice.
came out beautifly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
always any of your collabs with Mr. Rose. I mean, he's pretty talented
He is, yeah.
himself, and yeah,
Very.
Essinger's veered off actually from because I'm thinking about like Out of Luck. Essinger's in the last year and a half, Dennis. He went and veered off from traditional cyberpunk synthwave.
Yeah, he did kind of like it's almost like an emo synthwave kind of thing that he was, the cyberpunk.
But he's going a little bit harder.
Yeah, I dig
with
it.
his music.
I always dig his stuff.
Now, then again,
he's great.
Mr. Rose went and bailed on the synthwave scene, and then fortunately came back.
Of course, synthwave is the revolving door. That's what I always say. You're always going to be back.
By the way, quick shout out to Noisy Martian, Free Space 303, Easy, Zyphos, and our buddy Coffin Dragger.
Coffin Dragger, nice. My friend, this has been amazing, and now we always ask artists about touring and everything like that. Have you been to any good shows lately? Are you planning on going and being a performer yourself? I can't remember. I don't think you do any like live shows, but I could be wrong because I'm not over there in the UK scene and whatnot. I'm just a guy from Jersey. But what's the deal with live music? You know, do you get out and see shows? Obviously you do. You saw Tylor and the Midnight.
Yeah, that was the last. Was it the last? I think that was the last big gig I went to. Yeah, I think that was the last big show I went to, and that was super fun. I don't tend to go to gigs that often unless they're for like bands that I absolutely adore, so like the Midnight or maybe, bands like Dream Theater or whatever. But they have to be like bucket list bands for me to like go.
Are you an Ollie Ride fan? I know he's more I guess more like he's like more
pop, I guess. Less hard, edgy. But
yeah,
super talented.
I like what he's doing and I admire what he does. I don't listen to his music often. It's not really my cup of tea. But I definitely appreciate the talent there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like playing music myself and doing gigs myself, I'm hoping to do like a mini tour next year. I just have to sort the logistics out. I'm effectively a one-man band, right? So how do I do a show that isn't shit? That's the struggle, and I don't want to. I don't want to just be stood there with a couple of CDJs doing it.
You do the guitar work yourself. You do.
Well, you know what?
Done.
I'll tell you one thing, and we kind of all know this. Electronic artists, just like a DJ, right? Because there's not much performance going on the stage. What you need to do is bring your lighting.
Lots of lasers.
I mean, if you ever want to know, because during COVID, a lot of artists were doing submitting either live streams or things to virtual concerts, and you could tell like some people have the chops to work in DMX lighting with their DAW, right? And so if you're an artist who's electronic and there's not much motion going on, bring your lights.
There it is. So we need
get the MIDI to DMX going.
Motorcycles, lights,
then you
lasers,
can shine. Yeah.
And flames, because you need flames.
Flames, and a projector doing projecting motorcycles going through cyberpunk cities behind you.
Yeah.
With
Cyberpunk
all kinds of
robot dancers.
Chauvet lighting. By the way, I've been learning about lighting lately because I know what it's like when there's not much of a performance going on.
But I bet it would kill. I would love to go to a PYLOT concert. I would love to see you go out there and perform just in your helmet, nothing else. And
oh hey,
I don't know.
As in completely naked.
Well, you said you wrote. I want you to be in your original state when you wrote the album.
Yeah, 2 years of writing an album naked.
I really don't. It's fine.
Also, if you do play live, you got to get the midnight to open for you.
But you do got to get the midnight to open.
Yeah,
for you.
Be like, hey, Tylor, man, I'm finally doing a show. Do you want to open for me?
There you go.
I mean, I'll just get him in to sing the song that we worked on.
There it is.
Ooh,
that's perfect. Amazing album. Go out and get this album. It is on NewRetroWave, and NewRetroWave don't put out no junk, man. They put out the creme de la creme.
And let me remind everyone, the terminal edition of the vinyl of AXIOM, there's only 7 remaining according to the NewRetroWave site. That's the one that's gold, all in gold with black splatter.
God.
Of course, there is the Time Bomb vinyl, which is clear, gold and black splatter.
Beautiful.
So I'm pasting the links to the album on Bandcamp.
Go get the vinyl.
In the chats. One thing we want to ask: we never actually. I mentioned it briefly earlier, but are you working on any music now, or are you taking a little break after the?
Any more collabs?
The postpartum of releasing an album.
We need the dirt, all the dirt.
I'm still writing, but not with the intention of releasing anytime soon. I'm more just kind of having a palate cleanse, so to speak. So I'm just writing whatever comes to my mind with no pressure. With an album, especially, you're trying to think of ways to write an album so that it sounds coherent and that it works together. And in that sense, you are kind of conformed as to what you can write. Whereas now the album is out, it's nice to kind of deviate. I might write some lo-fi, or I might write some like orchestral stuff or house music, whatever, just to kind of exercise those musical muscles in my mind. But as of yet, I'm not currently working on anything to be released this year for PYLOT. But early next year there'll probably be more music.
Now, when Gunship calls, are you going to change your mind?
They have called.
What?
No, they haven't.
That's right. They keep asking us if they can be a guest on the show.
I know.
But we're always
we're just so busy.
We're too busy.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
time is money, man. This has been amazing, and every time you come on the show, we always have a great time and something new to talk about. I think is wonderful. Now, if people want to get a hold of PYLOT, I know you have. At least your Twitter handle, it is I am PYLOT, but who goes on Twitter? I don't even know anymore. What's the new thing?
Oh wait, are you on Threads?
No. No, I mean, I'll be honest, and I'll be brutally honest. I feel like social media is like this toxic scum that just infests people's lives. And I don't have personal social media. I just have like my PYLOT socials, and I do what I must, to keep my audience in the know and stuff. And obviously, I guess it's a requirement for me.
Well, yeah.
But
you've got a Discord.
Yeah, I do have a Discord.
There
I've got a Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook that I don't really use. I've toyed with the idea of using TikTok, but honestly, it's fucking
get yourself an IRC.
I could just see PYLOT in his helmet, naked, dancing to a little clip on TikTok. All right. So if folks can find your links, if they go to www.iampylot.com, you can find the Discord on there. You can find the Twitters, the Instagrams, the SoundCloud.
All the good goods.
Oh my God, SoundCloud still It's still alive.
It's still chugging along.
It's still chugging along.
Chugging along.
Yeah. And of course, go to you've got your old iampilot.bandcamp.com.
Right.
But you've also got, obviously, the new album is on
The
NewRetroWave.
latest and greatest is on NewRetroWave. Yeah.
I think that covers everything.
Well, very good. Wrap it up.
Merch.
Put it in.
So I was listening to you on
Merch,
Spotify right now, and I forgot that Spotify now lets you put links to merch.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So, yeah, folks, if you head over to Spotify, am I right in this, Mr. Pilot? If they go to Spotify, they can click on the merch tab, and it'll take you to a Pilot t-shirt.
Get yourself a t-shirt,
some
man.
Pilot t-shirts and some Pilot
Yes,
t-shirts.
they are. I mean, to be fair, they are old.
Oh, so is there a better place to get if someone, I don't know,
Someone that has
wanted
208
an amazing
t-shirts.
Pilot t-shirt? Is there a place to go?
I mean, those t-shirts are fine, but it's just they've got like my old logo on or whatever. So like, if you're a collector, if you want to get something like a piece of Pilot history, then
I
by
have
all
two
means,
Pilot shirts.
Is there a place with the new
those.
logo?
I'm special.
I have stock of t-shirts that I had made myself with like limited edition, special like labels, special hand labels and stuff. But I was selling them on my website. I've taken them off for now, just because they were more of a test run. So I do actually have t-shirts. So look, if you shoot me a DM or something like that, I can send you on.
All right,
Jules.
I'm on it right now.
Well, fantastic. Get your shirts.
Sorry,
Get
folks,
your
if you're
merch.
listening, there's no more shirts. You can't have any.
Yeah,
That's
when I say
just bought
DM me
them
for a
all.
t-shirt, I am talking exclusively to Jules. So don't spam me.
right.
Do not spam Pilot. And say that the State of Sin said to do it.
All right, that's awesome news. Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. This, again, has been a wonderful experience. Go get the album, get the merch, get the goods, and what are you doing? You should already be on NewRetroWave right now.
Once again, I'm pasting the link in the chats. NewRetroWave.bandcamp.com/album/AXIOM.
All right. Thank you so much, Pilot.
Sir, Pilot,
Thank you
have
for
a good
having me.
night.
Thank you.
All right.
And Mr. Jules, I think it's time for another track. What do you think, my
Yes,
friend?
sir. Yeah. We've got Nelio in the. Well, I hope he's still in the chat. Oh, he is.
Yes.
It's time to play this track.
It's
So UK artist Nelio dropped this
Nelio
earlier.
is amazing.
Nilo
Oh,
is
he is.
amazing.
From-
Another new RetroWave. Well, not new RetroWave, featured new RetroWave.
Yeah, so he dropped this in April, this single featuring our very own Karen Zoe Lee. But NewRetroWave went and popped it up on their channel, which is a big achievement.
Yeah.
So, of course, Neil, he resides in Newcastle upon Tyne.
Stop it.
I love it. And come on, I gotta say it. And so this track was featured on NRW. It's an amazing achievement. So congrats to both Nelio and Karen. Here it is. This is Cypher by Nelio right here on Night Ride FM.
You were fortunate enough to be different.
And that was Cypher by Neilio featuring Karin Zoe Lee. What?
Well, and Neilio, man, so I think everybody by now knows that he's got the synth production chops, but he also plays a mean guitar.
Yeah, he was really shredding on that. And
God damn.
KZL sounds like $1,000,000 as she always does.
Of course.
That bedroom voice that she's got. And yeah, very nice.
So, Dennis.
Yes.
We weren't on the air last week.
We did take a week off. We took a week off because I got on a big ass boat and I drank too much, Jules. I'm not gonna lie. I drank way too much, but I had the time of my life. I just partied from morning, noon, night, dancing, singing karaoke, just eating way too much.
You were on a cruise ship.
Pounds. Oh my god!
And you didn't get like Ebola or anything like that?
No, I dodged a bullet, Jules. I don't know how I did it, but a couple people got sick, but I was good. I found some new retro drinks that I was drinking, Jules. You want to know what I discovered? This ties into synthwave and retro stuff here. I discovered the Old Fashioned. I discovered the Rusty Nail, the Rob Roy.
What did you like? Did you like the Old Fashioned? Because I got a bunch of friends who are snobby here in Toronto, and they're like, "Oh, I'll have an Old Fashioned because it came back into style."
I do like it, and that's what I was kind of like drinking. I was drinking they do like some of the bars, they do like remixes of these popular drinks. So it was like the toasted marshmallow flavored Old Fashioned, and they took marshmallows on the top, and they added a little bit of cinnamon, and they took a blowtorch and just blowtorched the marshmallows, did it all real crazy rock star like. And then I ordered like a few of those, and after a while the bartender started giving me funny looks because I think like it's kind of like it's kind of like a girly drink, and I was just like, I don't know, I like them, but then I did try. I was like, all right, so this is an Old Fashioned, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, I've never had an actual Old Fashioned.
Maybe it was a non-binary drink.
Maybe. Hey, and to each his own. More
right.
Power to you. But it turned out that I really loved the original, and I just fell in love with that drink. Believe me, I had every single drink. We're talking chocolate martini, and Jules, I'm not even joking. I haven't drank since I got off the boat. I drank that much alcohol. I was like, I need to stop.
You're still marinated?
Like, I am still, like, I still have it in my blood. The room is still, like, rocking back and forth as I'm walking. Like, it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm still in the boat. And yeah, it was a wild time. Get on a cruise. I wish we had a sponsored cruise line, but I went on to Royal Caribbean. We are not getting money. Not getting Royal Caribbean money for sure.
Maybe if you told them that Night Ride would do a live show on there.
Maybe. I want to do a synthwave cruise, in fact.
Dude, Synthwave Island and Synthwave Cruise.
Synthwave Island.
It needs to happen.
.com. Go to it and
the cruise without any viruses.
Stay tuned.
I will not get on a cruise because of all those filthy people.
You're filthy people.
Filthy, dirty. All right, I think let's play another track. By the way, folks, just a reminder, we are live.
We are.
So
indeed.
If you're listening on YouTube, YouTube's been kind of quiet.
Say nice things.
Yeah, say nice things. But if you're in YouTube, pop in the chat, say, hey, I'm listening.
Yeah, no one listens to the show, Jules. Once the guests leave, they're like, I gotta go. But let's keep it going. Let's keep the music going because that's what people came to hear.
We have some premieres tonight.
We do have a premiere. Oh my God, this is an amazing track. I only listened to it once before the show, but I know you want to talk about it very much because this is amazing.
Hey, so yeah, the Baltimore man with the vocal cords, Mr. Power Rob. He's teamed up with Vancouver artist Miami Nights 1984, which everybody knows, obviously on the Rosso Corsa record.
Legend.
Yeah. So this new single, it drops next Tuesday, November 28th. And lucky for us, he's given us an early copy to premiere tonight.
Ooh,
This is some smooth dream wave.
Smoothie dreamy wave.
Yeah, with
Like
great
my
feels.
cruise. Like a smooth cruise on a cruise.
So here it is. This is Power Rob featuring Miami Nights 1984 with Restless Summer, a premiere right here on Night Ride FM.
It's close to midnight. She whispers in my ear. I've never felt like my heart is hers to steal. As the walls come down, I've got it bad. When she says she needs me, understand. You leave your love at home, I've got it bad. When she says don't leave me, understand. Before we fall apart, restless summer, I'm in love with the loss of you. I'm giving in, don't you wonder how it all falls apart so soon as the walls come down. I just got to make time. We fall too far, too fast. We just got to realize this love's not meant to last. As the walls come down, I've got it bad. When she says she needs me, understand. You leave your love at home, I've got it bad. When she says don't leave me, understand. Before we fall apart, restless summer, I'm in love with the loss of you. I'm giving in, don't you wonder how it all falls apart so soon as the walls come down. Days of thunder, I'm in love with the loss of you. I'm giving in, distant lover, how it all falls apart so soon as the walls come down. Cause I got it bad. You'll understand. Cause I got it bad. Please understand. Cause I got it
And once again, that was Power Rob with Miami Nights 1984 with Restless Summer, a premiere right here on Night Ride FM. Very nice.
It drops next Tuesday, November 28th. So I don't have a Bandcamp link for you, but just bookmark his Bandcamp page.
Yeah.
And it'll be there and on the streaming services.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, so we're going to keep things moving right along, and it is time to dive into some touring information.
Of course, because we always track that, and I've been slowly catching up. Of course, it's the end of the year, so things are a little bit slim.
That's okay. We have a slim show nowadays.
Yeah, but do you want to start off with the first one here?
Yes. This is coming up very, very shortly. November 25th, we have the Helsinki Synth City Fest with Sierra, Levinsky, Millennium Falk, and that is going to be in Helsinki, Finland.
Yes, the Finns are at it again, and this time they've got French artist Sierra. She's been doing like a world tour. I got to see her in Toronto when she was here a month and a half ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very good.
And I don't know if most people remember, she opened for Carpenter Brut on their world tour earlier this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's amazing.
Love it.
And I want to know, she had, because now I'm getting into this lighting for stage performance, she had these programmable LED light bars. There's so many brands out there, but these ones are really cool. They weren't too long. They were very bright. They were completely wireless, battery powered, wireless DMX, wireless Wi-Fi, battery powered. They came with the little stands or little mounts, and you could twist them around. Oh, I don't know. I got to message her.
Nice. Very good. All right.
So, anyways, I digress. December 1st, Doom Flamingo. These guys are constantly performing live. They're going to be playing in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. They're all over the map. Very good. December 16th, we have Bold Street with Wolf Club, House of Serpents, and Area Nexus. We had them on the show at one point. I can't remember when.
And yeah,
that's in Liverpool.
House of Serpents. Of course, that's
LeBrock. Yeah, Shawnee P.
It's his new little initiative. December 30th to 31st. What a way to wrap the year out if you're in San Francisco. Those lucky bastards. So the Midnight is going to be playing at the Independent 2 nights because they sold out the first night.
Wow.
And they're going to have Droid Bishop along to join them. And of course, it's San Francisco, so DJ Danny DeLorean will also be performing.
I love it. Amazing. San Fran, USA. Check that out, December 30th and the 31st. We have the Australian tour. That is also the Midnight. They are doing that February 29th through March 2nd. That's in 2024. And again, that is in Australia. So Z can go check out that. And of course, all our Aussie listeners.
Of course, the Midnight. They're one of the few bands big enough to actually
do a world tour.
Pay for a trip down under.
Insane. What else do we have? Last but not least.
Let's see. Performing at the Blackheart, February 17th in 2024 in London, UK. We once again have House of Serpents, which is Shawnee P, with FHE and Phantom Division.
There it is. Very good. You can go to nightride.fm/ just Google Synthwave events, honestly. Just throw it in Google and go check us out. All the live events, we keep it up to date. We are the main source, the only source that you should go to get all your touring information news right here on the State of Synth, because that's just what we do. We keep you guys in the know. Speaking of being in the know, I know of this next artist who is just killing it. And I can't wait to play this track. This is C. Thomas Howell. And I always love saying that name. And you want to go ahead and set this up? Yeah. I had no idea he was in Philly. That's amazing.
Yeah, damn right. Yeah, he's right next to you. So, he's C. Thomas Howell, Philly artist. He's back making music after about a 2-year hiatus. And his new album, Glow in the Dark, dropped last week with a listening party on Bandcamp. And by the way, the album artwork is done by his daughter, if I remember well.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's very cool. I mentioned it in the Bandcamp listening party last week, but the album artwork reminds me, the movie Critters from the 80s?
Yeah.
So imagine if somebody took them and made them ravers. That's what the album artwork looks like.
I love it. I love it.
So yeah, we're gonna play this particular track, which features audio clips from Judge Reinhold from Fast Times,
Ooh.
Ridgemont High. Yeah,
Very cool.
So this is All American Hero by C. Thomas Howell, right here on Night Ride
100%
FM.
guaranteed, you moron. Mister, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna kick 100% of your ass.
And that was All American Hero by C. Thomas Howell. I love it.
He's back. I was saying, like this whole album, the percussion, the beats, like the bass and the kicks really hit hard.
Yeah.
Like, and there's some ear candy on this album. So folks, go check it out. Glow in the Dark is the name of the album.
Yeah, cool album cover. I dig it. And go buy that one too. We got so many great tracks. We also have another premiere. Oh my god.
Yes, sir, we do. Quick shout out, by the way, to System Glitch, who has joined us in the IRC chat.
Hey, my buddy.
Bobby, Le Baby.
Le Baby.
Yeah, so hey, another song. Let's whip it out. Let me
What?
Let me rephrase that. It's been almost 3 years since we've heard from Nightmares and Neon. I don't know if you remember, but they were on our compilation.
Yeah, Completely Mental. Yes, they were.
Yes, Completely Mental, Volume 1.
Yes, we got to do a Volume 2 one of these days.
I know. And then we realized how much work that was.
That was a lot of
But,
work, guys.
So they are back. Kelvin and Justin are back as Nightmares and Neon. After they did during the hiatus, they experimented with another band name. I don't think that went anywhere, or they did have like a one track. But anyways, they're back. Nightmares and Neon. Kelvin sent us this sneak peek from an upcoming album. And so we're lucky. This is a premiere. This is Nightmares and Neon with Dear Sarah, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Dear Sarah by Nightmares and Neon. I really like that track. It was kind of like...
I love your Jersey way of saying Sarah. Sarah.
What did I say? Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah.
But Dennis.
Yes.
It's a momentous occasion,
Momentous
sir.
occasion. What could that be?
Our
Jules?
Night Ride overlord Z is in the chat.
What? Is
Folks,
it?
if you don't know Z, who's in the IRC chat right now, Night Ride. If you're listening to any of the Night Ride stations on YouTube, if you tuned into the nightride.fm website, this is all the product of one man's coding.
He built it.
Mhm.
He built it. They will come. That's what they said, and they
I'm
did.
still waiting for him to like make his own game console or something. He'd do
I'm
it,
waiting
like,
for him to
Night-
just replace Bandcamp. He's working on
Right.
that. I know too.
Yes. Night Ride Camp.
I like Backpack
.fm.
for obvious reasons, but all right. So,
sir.
yes.
By the way, speaking of Bandcamp,
Speaking of Bandcamp, we have a wonderful album that you can go out and buy with your money, but it does not go to me, does not go to Jules. It goes to a wonderful, wonderful charity, LGBTQ plus charity. That's called the Trevor Project. Did you ever hear of the Trevor Project, Mr. Jules?
yes, I have. And you know what? We got to thank Patrick King, the guy who did our logo.
Yeah.
Great graphic artist. He was doing merch in
Yes.
support of the Trevor Project, and he put us onto it.
He was. He turned us on. It is basically a outreach type of, think of it as like a helpline, you know, for crisis, people in crisis, and they do so much for the LGBT community. And we decided we wanted to give back. You know, we have a lot of LGBTQ listeners, of course, in our Discord and our chats, and just the scene is great. My kids are in the community as well, so why not make a thing and try to raise some money? And I think we raised
we should
some scratch.
Yeah, we want to get up to $500 on
We
this
do.
one.
We do.
should mention the talent we have on this. I'm going to list them all out real quick.
Yeah.
We've got OSC, Opus Science Collective. He's on the album. We've got Thought Beings. We've got
Killer.
Chill Collins.
Killer.
2D Cat. We've got The Bad Guys Get Dead.
Epic.
Moon Raccoon. And Johnny Fallout. So,
it is amazing stuff, and it is all themed about our fictitious jazz club downstairs called Mr. Fusion. So think of it as a synthwave spin on jazz, the old fusion jazz, and it's fun. We have some characters, we have a little bit of spice to it. It's really fun, and check it out. If you'd like to donate some money, we're really trying to raise $500. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. We are at about $375 in sales, and that is, of course, before Bandcamp takes their chunk out, but we're still pretty close. We're pretty close to our goal. If you do one thing for the show, if you like listening to the show, just give with your hearts, especially around this time of year, and help us out to achieve our goal so we can raise money and write them a big fat check in December.
By the way, Z reminded me, we lost an artist from Moscow, Florida Skyline.
Yeah, we did.
Another electronic artist, synthwave, vaporwave. All his music will go to the Trevor Project as well.
Nice.
So I popped the link to his Bandcamp in the chats.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, we don't really care who you buy it from. We'd like to achieve our, our goal, in air quotes. But, if you're giving to through another artist or donating, that's important too. It's not all about us getting numbers. It's about supporting the cause. So anybody that goes ahead and just straight up donates, you can just straight up donate to them. We thank you for being a part of that and helping with the cause. And that's it. That's my sales pitch.
Oh, Z corrected me. Florida Skyline was DataWave.
DataWave. Come on now.
And it's a her. We lost her. So, speaking of Florida,
yes,
let's move on to our next track because we want to wrap this show up.
Oh, yes, I have to go. I have more drinking to do. I'm just kidding.
If you like,
I'm not doing that no more.
If you like your PYLOT music, if you like the Midnight, well, Midnight Fury's got a new track out. Obviously, he's from Florida. And you and I were lucky to meet him at the Tampa Retro Fest this year.
Cool dude.
So this one features the talents of Ukrainian artist Alex Boychuk. This is Shadows of Doubt, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Shadows of Doubt by Midnight Fury featuring Alex Boychuk. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Yay, I said somebody's name right. I get a point. Very good. I think, Jules, that is pretty much our show. Do we have anything else to add?
So a little bit of news. Castro got a strike from Spotify.
What?
So apparently Spotify claimed he used bots.
Oh no.
And which is not true.
Synthwave news. What? That's crazy.
Castro, come on.
Castro, yeah, he is legit. And good guy.
So Z wanted me to mention a show. I'm looking through the chats. I can't figure it out. So while we do the little bit of wrap up, hopefully Z will type it in the chats and I'll mention it.
Z, type it in the chats, type things in. We're going to talk. I'm going to talk about Patreon and how you can donate. If you don't give a crap about anything but smooth synthwave coming into your ears, we have the thing for you. It is called Night Ride FM. It is a radio station you can listen to 24/7. how many stations do we have? Jules, 8
4 or 5
million. We have Data Wave. We have the plain
Oh.
vanilla
What happened to
Synthwave.
Horsynth, by the way?
Horsynth.
Horsynth?
Horsynth.
Haven't checked.
Sorry, I just like saying Horsynth. I think we still have that. Do we still have that? Anyone?
I didn't see it on the channel.
I don't know. We have so many stations. We can't keep track of them, honestly. But we have Data Wave and Chill Wave and the regular Night Ride FM wave. By the way, I was just having one of my wacky moments. I was on the boat, and I asked for a plain slice of pizza from the pizza place. It was like 2 a.m. I was dumb tired, and I asked for. I wanted the vanilla kind. And the lady behind the table, she just like burst into laughing. She's like, "You mean plain?" I was like, "Yeah, that's it." So we ate tons of pizza from that place. Every time she made fun of me for calling it vanilla pizza, which is going to be my new thing. It's vanilla pizza now, and I want to have some right now. Pizza, you can also go to our Discord and drop some pizza gifs. Discord.gg/synthwave. And you can get your, your pizza gifs on, if that's your thing, if you like to do the Discord thing. And, of course, circling back to Patreon, patreon.com/NightRideFM if you want to get in and support the station, because we do,
By the way,
we do a thing.
If you
We
go
do a
to
service.
youtube.com/NightRideFM, you'll see all our live streams. There's the Data Wave stream, the Chill Synth stream.
Yeah.
Z is mentioning that the Space Synth stream has been going for 2 years non-stop now.
2 years.
Yeah. There's also a Dark Synth stream, which is, of course, the 80s guy.
The 80s guy.
And we've got the EBSM radio.
That's right. I love the EBC. It makes me feel really dirty when I feel like I should be doing like coke off the bathroom stall in some dirty, dingy basement mixed with glitter and sweat. Like, that's how I feel when I listen to EBSM. But sometimes I like to feel like that, Jules. Sometimes I like to feel pretty. Sometimes I feel like I want to be rolling around in some glitter, sweat-infused basement listening to some EBSM. Don't you ever get that feeling?
Yeah, all the time.
Anytime?
You mean, wait, listen to something beyond synthwave?
All right, so did we do enough stalling? Is the link dropped into
Yes,
the
yeah,
thing?
we got it. We got it. So
All right.
we've got the, Z just wanted to mention the Castbro nonsense. So folks, check out Castbro's latest tweet and maybe reply, retweet, so that DistroKid and Spotify will listen to the guy, because
Yeah, he's a brilliant producer, and he
does
legit.
not use bots, let me tell you.
Yeah, I think that their bots that they use to detect the bots are probably running on some weird AI algorithm that spawns more bots and
bot inception.
Botception is what's happening
we need
there.
Z to write a bot that will rule them all.
That's it. Let's get out of here. We're done. We're done the show.
Yes, okay. So, by the way, thestadiasynth.com, you can throw us a beer. I don't know if you mentioned that. But,
throw us
we
a
gotta
beer.
thank Dominus Lux, who threw us some casholas.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you know what? I decided I'd use that on a Bandcamp gift certificate, so thank you, Dennis, for that.
Yes, and I drank lots of beer from that.
I went and sent a chunk to Car and Zoe Lee, because it was to go to the 3 of us, so we're set. We're done. Thank you, Dominus Lux, for that.
Thank you very much, Dominus Lux. You are amazing, and if we ever meet in real life, I will reciprocate, and I will buy you many beers, too. So
there you go.
Thank you for listening and supporting the show, supporting Night Ride FM. Dennis and Jules, this is what we do each week. We have a guest next week. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah,
but
next
Elevate
week,
the Sky.
Next week, we're doing it Friday.
We're doing
at
a
9
Friday
p.m.
show.
And our guest will be Elevate the Sky, all the way from California.
I'm stoked. And
Yeah,
the Fridays, you can stay
listen
up
to a
late.
new album.
Stay up late, get your slippers on. It's going to be a good time. Just walk around in your bathrobe. We don't care. It'll be like a big slumber party.
Put a helmet on and go naked.
Put a helmet on and go naked. There it is.
By the way, we got to give a big thanks to our guest pilot. He might be still awake till the wee hours of the morning, but it was really cool to have him on.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much. And keep listening to the station after this. More synthwave. Can you take it? Can you dig it? I think
24/7 music. We are going to play you guys out with an amazing track. It's over 7 minutes long.
Epic.
This is from everybody's favorite space overlord, Volker X. He's released a new concept album called The Loop.
It's genius.
Yes, it's simply incredible.
It's a masterpiece.
And here's the last and titular track. Have a drink. From all of us here at Night Ride FM, have a great night.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.